Daisy Duck looked out from her penthouse apartment in Duckburg's bustling downtown. Her view was a symphony of gray, concrete, steel, and glass. She loved the city's energy, but her soul longed for a splash of green. A single, sad-looking petunia in a pot on her balcony just wasn't enough. One day, she went up to the building's rooftop to fetch a stray parasol and stopped in her tracks. It was a vast, empty, sun-drenched space of cracked concrete and forgotten HVAC units. It wasn't a wasteland, it was a blank canvas. "This is it," she declared. "This will be my garden." Her landlord, the notoriously frugal Scrooge McDuck, was horrified. "A garden? On my perfectly good, money-making roof? Do you have any idea what soil, water, and repairs would cost? Absolutely not, lassie. It's a fiscal fantasy." Daisy didn't give up. She presented Scrooge with a business proposal. She would use recycled materials, collect rainwater, and even grow produce for the building's residents, potentially lowering costs. She called it a green investment. Intrigued by the potential for good PR and a new revenue stream, Scrooge reluctantly agreed to a 3-month trial. The space was windy, so traditional plots wouldn't work. Daisy's first innovation was to go up. She enlisted Launchpad McQuack to help build sturdy, recycled pallet vertical gardens against the protective walls, creating the first living walls of Duckburg. Nothing was wasted. Old boots became herb planters. Cracked teacups housed succulents. A retired clawfoot bathtub was filled with soil and became a magnificent centerpiece for tomatoes and cucumbers. The rooftop became a whimsical gallery of upcycled art. Daisy installed a clever system of gutters and pipes that channeled rainwater from the roof into a series of repurposed barrels. She painted them in bright, cheerful patterns. This was her primary water source, making the garden incredibly sustainable. She quickly realized there were no bees downtown to pollinate her plants. Her solution? She planted a pollinator paradise of lavender, bee balm, and bright sunflowers in colorful window boxes. Soon, bees and butterflies were making special trips to the sky-high oasis. What to do with kitchen scraps? Daisy started a compost bin. At first, her neighbors complained about the smell. She solved it by using a special sealed, rotating bin and educating them on how their apple cores would become tomorrow's tomatoes. They were skeptical but curious. The day arrived. Daisy harvested the first crops: lush basil, plump cherry tomatoes, and crisp lettuce. She made a giant, fresh salad and shared it with everyone in the building. The flavor was unbelievable. The skeptics were silent, too busy enjoying the taste of sunshine. The salad was such a hit that Daisy started a weekly rooftop salad bar. Residents would bring a topping, and she would provide the fresh greens. The rooftop transformed from a lonely space into the building's social hub. Inspired, other residents started their own projects. One duck grew strawberries in hanging gutters on his sunny wall. Another kept a hummingbird feeder on her fire escape. A green wave began to creep up the sides of the skyscraper. Not every balcony had full sun. Daisy experimented with shade-loving plants, ferns, hostas, and impatiens, proving that even the darkest nook could host a thriving garden. Aphids attacked her roses. Instead of pesticides, she introduced ladybugs, nature's tiny pest controllers. The building's children were fascinated, learning about beneficial insects firsthand. When fall came, everyone thought the revolution was over. But Daisy simply shifted gears. She built small, DIY cold frames from old windows to protect her winter kale and carrots. The garden provided fresh food year-round.